to set the stage for tonight's main event. But now we head back to the ring in Minneapolis, an 8-round super bantamweight bout about to get underway. Here's the hook. Here's the key. We know the big pine puncher from the Philippines, Jerwin Ancajas, a former 115-pound world champion. He hasn't fought since losing his title to Fernando Martinez, lost back-to-back upset defeats. Martinez will be back later this evening against Ancajas' teammate and training partner, Jade Bornea. We'll have more on that coming up. But here's Ancajas. I don't know if you want to call it Luke staying busy. He's moving up 2 weight divisions. That's only 7 pounds at this point, but we know how big a gap that can be there in the smaller weight classes. And his opponent is Colombia's Wilner Soto, who brings a 22-12 record into this one. Look, you've seen Jerwin Ancajas many times, the southpaw, promoted by Manny Pacquiao. He's got, speed and explosion that we come to expect from Filipino fighters. Never a bad time watching this guy put on the gloves and get after it.
No, I mean, and for many, many reasons, not least of which is activity. He is constantly moving, constantly jabbing, constantly working. So far here, he's taking his time a little bit, but I think obviously as the rounds continue, we're going to see him really begin to pour it on.
It's his first fight in 8 months since the consecutive defeats to Fernando Martinez. Those were 8 months apart from each other in 2022. But moving up 2 weight classes to stay busy, it is part of a plan for Ancajas. According to Manny Pacquiao Promotions president Sean Gibbons, they told Ring Magazine this week if Ancajas gets past Soto tonight, the plan for him is to move back down to 115 and challenge Takuma Inoue for the WBA bantamweight title in Japan. Sorry, that would be down 1 division, down to 118.
Right.
Inoue, of course, the younger brother of pound-for-pound king and 3-division champion Naoya Inoue. But big business here for Ancajas, whether it's the ideal of maybe chasing a third chance at Martinez, although he has had trouble making weight at 115. It's been a struggle. Or coming back for a title at 118. Let's see how he looks here tonight.
Boy, already Ancajas, or again, pronounce it however you prefer, but he is already landing like a sniper on Soto. Uppercut to the body as he began to distance close, and then he had landed a right hook around the gloves as well.
Ancajas in the white and red trunks. His opponent in green is Wilner Soto, goes by the nickname of Wilbur, the 32-year-old from Canalete, Colombia. Luke, you've frequented that South American nation often. Have you crossed paths with his hometown?
I have not. I've been to Colombia many times in the last 10 years. I have never been to Canalete, no. Big
overhand left there from Ancajas.
Like Venezuela, by the way, most of the boxing in Colombia is on the coast.
Sure.
So I'm guessing this is probably somewhere relatively close to that.
Big body shot from Ancajas there. Looked like Soto felt that one. Final seconds of round 1.
Bit of a feel-out period, BC, but yeah, old Jerwin was clearly sharper from the word go.
Well, I mentioned Jerwin still having Fernando Martinez, the Argentine champion, on his mind, who took his world title at 115. Tonight, Fernando Martinez is going to fight Filipino Jade Bornea to defend his title. But Luke, we saw Ancajas in camp switching stances to mimic Fernando Martinez as a sparring partner to help prepare Bornea tonight. So fresh on the mind still, Fernando Martinez lingering over him. And to talk about what an upset that was 9 consecutive title defenses for Ancajas here at 115 leading up to that. He dominated McJoe Arroyo back in 2016 in a 12-round decision to win that belt. Made 9 defenses. He did have 1 draw in there, but kept his title until 2022 and the rise of unbeaten Fernando Martinez. But as a stay busy, as a check-in to see where he's at, we enter round 2 here for Ancajas. Title hopes in his future at 118. Can he deal with the punching of Soto, who himself, Luke, does enter on a 6-fight losing skid?
Yeah, he is. Soto is rhythm stepping a lot, which means he's bringing his feet together before going back out, almost like a reset. And that just makes you significantly easier to time. Coach Barry Robinson, coined the term rhythm step.
He's a heck of a follow on Instagram, as Coach
Sure is.
Robinson.
Sure is.
Has a keen eye for all things boxing and mixed martial arts. The slow start here to round 2 in this 122-pound bout.
Soto having a real hard time, BC, trying to figure out how to get inside. Every time he's tried thus far, he's getting picked apart, just like that. Just like that. Left straight to the body, right hook.
Soto has faced world-class competition before. In 2019, he lost via 4th-round TKO to unbeaten Murjan Akhmadaliev. And the note here is that was the fight before Akhmadaliev would upset Daniel Roman by split decision in a Fight of the Year candidate to take 2 of 4 world titles at 122 pounds. But you know how boxing can be. Akhmadaliev returned and was upset over the past year by Marlon Tapales to lose those 2 world titles.
Boy, Soto coming in tall. A couple of lefts over the top there for Ancajas. Found the mark. Look at that, BC. As soon as he comes in, Soto just can't find a way inside so far.
Ancajas has fought in this weight class twice before in his career, but not since 2013.
You know what's interesting, BC? You have Orthodox versus Southpaw here, and you don't see what they call fencing, which is when both fighters are trying to establish lead hand dominance. Ancajas not really playing the game, Soto not really playing that game. And I would imagine that for Soto, if you're having trouble getting in, that could be a better way to at least disrupt rhythm or begin to set your own.
Despite moving up to weight division, Ancajas looks like the bigger fighter in this.
He does. Good point.
Certainly the bigger puncher so far early on, targeting the body throughout.
Boy, he is roasting the ribs of Soto. Yeah, it looks to me, BC, you're right. Soto looks, thus far, not merely technically outmatched, he looks physically outmatched here a little bit as well.
Soto 12 knockouts in 22 victories, but you see 12 defeats, well-traveled. Looking for his first victory since 2019. This has been all Ancajas, largely as expected through 2 rounds.
Yeah, like we said, Soto wasn't exactly riding a wave of momentum into this contest. And the questions were about Ancajas getting back to his winning ways here, a different weight class. But you're right. Thus far, the quality in terms of what they've shown speaks to their records overall.
Ancajas, 31 years old, goes by the nickname of Pretty Boy, and he's been a pro since 2009 when he made his debut at 109 pounds. That run, though, at super flyweight was certainly an impressive one. See if he is one victory away from maybe starting a new path at 118 pounds. He would certainly be a welcome name in that larger title picture.
Not a lot of concern in the corner of Ancajas there.
No.
Seems very procedural.
Round 3 of a scheduled 8. Ancajas in the southpaw stance. Missing with a big left hand, but a pair of right hooks on the inside. As Soto continues to find himself cornered. Round 2 began a little bit slow. We're seeing Ancajas step on the gas a bit.
Good job here by Ancajas, forcing Soto, what he wants anyway, into his power side. He's trying to circle out here, but he's having a hard time.
Ancajas currently ranked number 8 in the WBA at 118 pounds.
Yeah, you can see here Ancajas really corralling Soto at this point.
Not headhunting, though. Looking almost to use the jab as a setup for these left crosses to the body.
Oof. They're both trading hooks there, which can get dangerous, but Ancajas so far in cruise control here. Yeah, also just in terms of physical strength when they lock up, that's one thing, but the punching power seems to be a discrepancy there as well. Soto just not really able to hurt Ancajas even when he can land, which is infrequent already.
Yeah, this continues to be a one-sided shootout here for Ancayas, picking apart mostly the body. Some good clean headshots here along the ropes. Can't underestimate the impact of what the great Manny Pacquiao's career has had on so many now new generations of young Filipino fighters. How many of them are southpaws with that same exciting style? It's certainly no surprise, but it goes to show as Pacquiao has extended his reach. Still, would you call Pacquiao semi-retired, right? You've seen him do a few exhibitions, but focusing more on promoting now after coming up empty in the presidential election in the Philippines?
Yeah, I think he's definitely, like, in terms of fighting big name opponents, he's clearly retired.
Clearly is a strong word in boxing, if recent history is any indication. But
fair enough, but...
Pacquiao, of course, was scheduled to face Errol Spence in a big pay-per-view fight, but took on last-minute replacement Yordenis Ugas. Suffered a 12-round defeat. That, of course, was heading into election season for the former senator. But 3 rounds complete here in the ring between Ancajas and Soto. It's not just been one-way traffic. It's been all.
Yeah, Soto is just kind of hanging on. I will say Ancajas a little bit opening up more in that last round, more flurries to the body, in particular with left hands, but still not really stepping on the gas, BC, not really trying to put this one away. He might be wanting experience to see how he feels at this weight or for whatever other reason, but it doesn't seem like he's necessarily trying to put Soto away. I suppose when he does, he might find it relatively available.
You like Ancayas' nickname of Pretty Boy?
There's a lot of pretty boys, aren't there?
There was a few in history, yeah. What nickname would you go with, Luke, if you were boxing today? the Destroyer, Luke Thomas?
No, I don't think that's a fair nickname. Mostly just the Scold. There's really just a better way to put it. Yeah,
Luke Thomas, there it is. Round 4. Junior featherweights here. Good 1-2 across the top from the southpaw Ancajas. You get the feeling if he stepped on the gas, he may be able to cause an end to this fight. But Ancajas certainly world-class. Owns victories at 115 pounds over the likes of McJoe Arroyo, Jamie Conlon, Israel Gonzalez.
Great job in using the first set of punches to close the distance and then landing an absolute bruiser to the body by Ancajas. I love this angle. I love the overhead angle when you have southpaw versus orthodox. It really gives you a sense of position, footwork.
The constant battle for outside foot placement.
Or inside. People always think in these positions you always want outside. You don't necessarily. When you have the inside foot position, it's actually closer for you for that shoulder to jab. But to your point, he threw the power punch off the backhand, which means in that situation, he does want the outside.
Almost a big bolo shot to the body, an uppercut from deep there. But still plenty of patience here for Ancajas, despite the clear advantage in skills over Soto. Looking to find that perfect shot that might bring an early end here midway through round 4.
Yeah, I got to say, through the first 4 rounds, it's pretty clear Ancajas not looking for the finish at all. Ooh. Boy, as soon as I'm just jinxing all of the fights in the best way, I suppose.
Big left cross from Ancajas. Down goes Soto in round 4. It felt inevitable.
It's a fast count from that ref.
Referee Charlie Fitch giving him the standing 8 count here and continuing the action. It might not last much longer.
They're going to stop this.
Big left hands from Ancajas. Goes to the body. Soto fighting back. Looked like he was going to hold for a second. Finally gets the clinch to stop the action.
30 seconds is an eternity in circumstances like this.
Oof. Big left hand hits the mark. Can Ancajas build upon the knockdown this round? Maybe left Soto off the hook here a little bit in the final
I
segment.
think Ancajas has basically realized he can get the finish whenever he wants, so he's just not exactly rushing in. It will. I think he's surmised it will basically just materialize on its own.
Halfway through the second of 3 preliminary bouts here on Showtime Boxing Countdown. Let's look back, though, at round 4 action.
Love that right hook. He holds it and posts and uses that to close the distance and then throws a left to the body. Here's a great combination. In the pocket, following Ancajas as he retreats, his hands down, catches him on essentially the exit, the clinch break. You'd be surprised how much free offense you can get from that, man.
Referee Charlie Fitch having a discussion with the corner of Wilner Soto. Dropped here in round 4. As we enter the second half of the fight. Probably a stern message from the referee to, if you're going to go now. Get some action in. Take your shot. Take your chance.
Well, he was looking very close there. I'm going to guess he told the corner, I'm not going to let this go much longer.
Sure.
If you want to win, you got to start fighting.
Round 5 underway. And Callejas looking to shake off 8 months of inactivity from the pair of defeats to now world champion Fernando Martinez at 115 pounds. It was never an easy weight cut for Callejas in recent years. Now the talk is about a reinvention at 118. If he could stay on the path to victory here against Soto.
Yeah, the way Soto moves, he moves very rhythmically, and so it just makes it a little bit easy to time, man.
Soto has been active. Just 3 months ago, he lost a 6th-round unanimous decision to Jonathan Rodriguez. But look, you need fighters like Soto who can test younger fighters on the way up. This is not necessarily that situation as Callejas is established and a former champion, but still giving rounds as Callejas stays busy.
Oh,
big left.
He's been looking for that counter too. He's been looking for it.
And here comes the head hunting as Callejas enters finishing mode.
Soto wisely getting the referee involved here.
Veteran fighter knowing when to clinch to slow down the action, but it seems like Callejas can hit him with whatever he wants to.
Brilliant lead uppercut there. Love that. Also, I just got to say, Callejas seems to have absolutely zero fear of anything Soto throws. Right? He'll just take it.
Absolutely. You do wonder if we're one big flurry against the ropes away from a stoppage, given how clean Callejas has been able to land with these big shots. The best Soto can do is hold.
Soto is outmatched, but you can tell he's been in the ring a few times, right? He's got a few was that a low blow? What was that? He kind of bent over there, and then the referee didn't jump in to intervene, and so they went back to boxing.
Could be a borderline shot along the waist and the belt line of Soto, but it looked like Soto came back with one in the same area to Callejas, maybe a little bit of payback, but this is not slowing through.
This is not going to go much longer, yeah.
Taking the knee is Soto, and that will do it. A 5th-round TKO for Jerwin Callejas, his first fight here in a move. This was up to 122 pounds. The plan, as we have talked about, though, is a reinvention here at 118, following consecutive defeats to Fernando Martinez and the loss of his super flyweight title.